previously on, from my recollection, was we managed to get into the keep, and there was this dodgy old fella that was being guarded by Kalasa, who had to go and drop the goblins at the pool, and ended up becoming some sort of weird, I don't know if it was a necromancer, some undead creature or something, and he tried to take the Queen Elgin, and like take her out the window. It's a bit blurry to me. I remember like dangling outside the window for my life, and Kalasa was holding on to me and the Queen, and there was a scuffle. I don't know what Barador was doing this whole time. And
saving your ass.
Really? And there was rope. Yes, I remember rope. I had a grappling hook. I did like this great throw to like pull us in, and eventually we got in with great cheer from the king, who said I was awesome, contrary to Lisa's really bad storytelling.
No,
Her facts are all wrong. Okay, her facts are all wrong. It is scientifically proven that cats have short-term memory only.
Watch episodes, you know it's
true. And so then, if I remember correctly, we were. The king was like, "Listen, you need to find that thing that flew off somewhere," and so now we're headed to Felldeep. I think
deep.
Fell
Useless.
Felldeep. What did I say? Anyway, and under my leadership, I think we're going to do pretty well. But Barador's a bit nervous because the one time he's memorable to someone, it's some creepy thing that turns into a bunch of bats. So we'll see how it goes. But with my therapy, I'm sure we can set him right. He'll be totally fine.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Bacon Battalion. We have a full team here, and hopefully you watched the little update on what the current situation is. The 4 of you are still in Fort Brest, and the chieftain, of course, politely asked you all to step away whilst he and his freshly saved wife tried to increase the size of the clan. This, of course, leaves you on the steps outside with several other of the barbarian generals to basically wander downstairs and maybe have something to eat. Is there anything that particular you want to do in the course of the next day? Fires are being put out, rogue units are being destroyed ever so subtly in the background, but otherwise life is starting to return to normal.
I want to tell them that story. I heard the other episode.
The party.
Yes, the party, and then also maybe we should try and find out sneaky like who this brooch belongs to, and then I flash the brooch. Super sneaky.
What did you do?
Looking like she's crazy. Huh?
It could be important.
Well, we don't know. We didn't figure out quite who it belongs to, like any family members and stuff.
We
So
know what family it belongs to,
But maybe someone is missing because did you know
we're all gonna die?
No, you didn't need to know that. That's not happening. Kalasa, you're so negative.
I'm not negative. That brooch is bad luck.
Okay.
And that thing remembers me.
it's okay. It's not Jazz, so that's okay.
And you're still holding that green orb.
Alright. We should...
It remembers you, but it's not like an immediate problem for the today. Is what I'm saying.
Is it still like... The green orb's not making noises or anything? No.
I'm not touching it though. Can you? I heard things.
Because I have weird, wild theory, okay? So, I found out the story from old bardic history of Felldeep. Is where we may be going, is where thing is. And in there was a mistress who... Oh God, I wrote this very long ago. who had a lover, and she tried to find a lover, and she would send out birds who each brought back a piece of man and built men. And those were birds, were they not? Earlier.
Not exactly.
Well, I don't think piece of man is exactly man, but you know. So maybe they take this person who belongs to Brooch and fetch him for barbarian madness.
Madness.
Okay, so I think what you're saying is that,
I think
and the bat thing flew to Felldeep, or in that direction, right?
it flew out over the ocean.
Towards
I
Felldeep.
What direction is Felldeep?
That way.
Knowledge nature, knowledge local, knowledge history.
I can do it.
Knowledge local is odd.
24?
Because how do I have knowledge local everywhere?
Not local. Yes.
24 knowledge history.
It flew out over the Telentori Bay, which means that it was flying to the west. It might have been going northwest, which is where Felldeep is.
It was flying west, but could be northwest where Felldeep is, so my theory is very relevant. Most relevant theory on table. It's only theory on table, but it's relevant.
It makes sense.
You're not.
But we're not going to go now. Like we can, like, let's just take it.
Did you say that green
No, the green
orb
thing.
thingy spoke in your head?
Do you bring
Yes.
up the green orb?
I bring out the green orb.
Make
This.
willpower saving throw.
That's why I'm not touching it.
What check am I doing?
Willpower saving throw.
Will. Wait. Oh, there. Oh, God.
That's 4.
You suddenly hear in your head, "Who are you?"
I'm like, guys, look at her face. She has something.
Galassa, are you
I-
okay?
Who are you?
I put it back in my little pouch thing that was it's like, okay, so green thingy is talking to me.
I was right.
What? Can I?
It was asking me who am I? But also before it told me that it must get the lady, and that's why I dashed to her rooms.
See, this makes my theory more relevant. They're kidnapping people.
And also the stone was similar to what that man was. He has a ring. He had a ring that had a stone in it. It was kind of the same, but I don't know. But it's the same colors and magic, obviously.
Okay. I know I spellcrafted
We
on it
should
before. Can I
probably-
spellcraft it again?
We should
No, 'cause it's
probably
one and
find
done.
out what these things are, I suppose.
Is
We have 2 of them now.
Okay, you're like
Right.
a local. You know these people
You only have one.
that were
We only
around
have
chat and
one,
stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Should we
Oh.
find?
Like you, I mean,
Oh,
you're
right,
kind of
you gave it
local,
to Colossus.
right, aren't you?
Yeah.
Colossus
Yeah.
local,
Okay.
right?
The one
I-
that the
I would be
creature was
local in the
wearing
area.
exploded outside the window.
Yeah.
Colossus would be local, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know of any, I don't know, seers or people that know like magical stuff in this area? You know, maybe a shaman or something that you could kind of consult about the thing.
You do. There is the venerable Kada, a very old druid who supposedly
Does he
would
have
be
teeth?
here in the village somewhere. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
He doesn't have a hat with like pigeon poop all over it, right?
No,
Yeah, okay, yeah, he sounds good.
he doesn't wear clothes.
Oh, damn, okay, maybe.
I do know a seer,
Oh.
and he has teeth. Yes, I like this. We go see him.
Okay,
Okay.
there's the plan for the day.
There's the plan for the day. Right, so you march out of Fort Brast. Well, you march out of the keep anyway. As you're leaving, you recognize him. He is known as a journey lord, and they are basically responsible for the migrations that happen. So they're fairly high up in the rankings of the barbarian society, but they're more your logistics people. One of them comes running up to you. You recognize him as Journey Lord Rankar. Rankar Deathmane. And he comes running up to you. He's got this big sort of blonde hair thing going on with this massive blonde beard. He stands about 6'8", give or take. He's probably as wide as that as well, covered in hides and things. He has lots of bags attached to him.
Small barbarian.
Yeah, small barbarian. Yeah. Lots of bags, and he's got scrolls and things attached, which is also slightly strange for a barbarian. But he has to keep track of stuff, perhaps, so maybe that justifies.
He's the runt of his family.
Yeah, he's the baby brother. He comes running up to you. Apologies for interrupting your thoughts, but the warlord did speak to you about journeying to... Where was it that you said this creature came from?
Felldeep?
Yes, to Felldeep. I would entreat you perhaps to travel swiftly. The warlord is not a patient man, and this assault on his castle, and more particularly his wife, might be viewed as something of an urgent matter. I am sure, of course, you might settle whatever affairs you might have here, but I was just curious, are you preparing to travel by sea or by land? I simply need to make the necessary arrangements, of course.
Guys, like, how long will take either way?
I'm not much of a cartographer, but Felldeep can only be really achieved if you go along the coast to the north. Then you are, of course, going through the Fell Mountains. There might be some difficulty crossing the channel, although it is winter, so it might have frozen over by now. So 5-6 weeks journey by land, maybe a week by sea.
I don't know, what's everyone's swim checks look like?
Oh crap, I know I should have put points in that. I think C is probably better in the case of, since it's an urgent matter.
Ah, excellent.
Did we just let fighter who knows nothing decide?
Right.
I think
you are looking for Doomblood's Fist. It will be at
That
one
sounds
of the
like
docks.
a holiday resort.
It will be at one of the docks. I have prepared a small thank you package, which I'll have delivered there. Probably should get there in about 4 hours or so. So mark that as your time frame before departure. Mind not the captain, he's a little bit strange. But he should get you to where you're going.
I like strange.
Good. Now, I just need someone, and he fumbles through his various scroll cases. He pulls out one. Ah, here we go. I just need someone to sign for it.
I think that...
Very good. Thank you, sir. Right, good. He folds that up, puts it away. Good day to you. Good luck. Have success on your journey, and go Elgin, or whatever it is he says, and he spins around and sort of walks off.
Well, that was a pleasant exchange. I think we got a good plan going. Go team. Let's find
Barador?
I start...
the other dude.
I step back to where Kalasa and Parador are and I say, it's okay. We'll let him take rap if this goes bad.
That is awful. You're the worst.
You don't hear me. I whispered.
I know, like, this is me short
this
talking,
goes
not
bad.
Killian.
I don't think anybody will be able to take the rap.
I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll just...
Worst teammates ever. They will hate me.
It's his face.
So you continue out of Fort Brass's Keep. You walk past the two bailies that you came in only moments ago through, and step out into what remains of the city. It's quite a different scene to the one that you left maybe no more than 3 hours ago. People are starting to gather in small clumps. They're busy fighting fires wherever they may have sprung up or spread to. There's a general air of let's rebuild, let's restart, let's not be defeated type of thing. Massive mammoths that are covered in very shaggy hair are being used to pull down walls that are structurally unsound or move rubble from here to there. This is obviously something that they have done before and done quite often. because it seems to be almost workmanlike in their approach. There are clerics running around ministering the various names of the various deities to try and resuscitate those that have fallen or heal those that are wounded. As you're walking down the street, one of them comes running up to you lot. He seems to be one of the more feral clerics, as he's kind of dressed in lots of... You think initially he's dressed in crystals, but you realize it's really just a very shiny coated leather that's been worked to make it look like he's wreathed in flame.
Nice.
Any of you require healing? Yes? No?
Have we not healed from the night before? No, because it's a new episode, but it's the same
New
day.
episode, same day.
It's me. Yes, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yes.
Right! Kneel before me, and I shall incite the great Vox to bring forth his healing and repair you and restore you all.
Sorry, I sneeze when other gods get mentioned.
Are you not a follower of the great god of fire?
Yes.
Then kneel and receive his blessing so that you might be healed of your wounds. You all kneel.
Daniel.
Yes.
I have a question. Does that mean I have no spells? I have no spells.
You have no spells. You specifically have no spells.
Have no spells.
They will be
Not for like the next
or
3 days.
Read in the comments below, people.
Yes.
Yeah, not for like the next 3 days.
1
Yeah.
part 4.
Yeah. Refer to upcoming video on
Previous
this.
video.
Previous video.
Alright, so you kneel. Interesting. You kneel. Okay, good. He waves his hands in sort of weird and wonderful gestures that are foreign to your particular worship styles and evokes the name of Vox, the god of fire, and you are all fully restored.
Awesome.
Remember to spread the great name of Vox, the one true god of fire, the only true god of fire, as a matter of fact. Now, I am off to find more to convert. Heal. And he goes running.
I feel better. And warm on the inside. Warm and fuzzy.
Warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Kalasa, you know that the great druid Kada does not stay within the city at all, but rather is preferring to stay out in the forests. Whether he was attacked by these undead or not is unknown. But there's a grove of ancient oaks that form a barrier some distance from the keep, probably about 2 miles or so to the north.
Okay, we have to go into the forest to go see this druid. It's about 2 miles.
But either way, this is your
Let us go.
home.
Okay.
Shall I sing us a jaunty tune as we walk?
Yeah, because we don't have to sneak this time, so that's fine.
You are very full of surprises today.
It's a new day. I survived a really terrible encounter with like flying bat creatures and a crazy naked old guy.
Was it
I feel good.
Thing remembers me.
Baron was just shell shocked. He's just like, I remembered.
Like the one time.
It's okay.
And Baron loses 2 hit points.
He goes head first into the snow. You see smoke.
The journey out to the old oak grove is not particularly difficult. Getting out of the city is, because most of the gates were either damaged or heavily destroyed during the attack. But mammoths have already started to clear the pathways. Their massive tusks sort of just sweeping sideways, and several tons of rubble kind of moves with it. On each one is a mounted barbarian who controls them with a series of hooks. Not damaging the animal, but kind of nudging it this way or that way.
I look around the mammoths and I'm like, I need to get me one of those.
A passing barbarian looks at you and says, "Ha! Then you must grow bigger, little man." Then walks off. This is
We all
someone who's
giggle.
sort of 6'9" type of thing.
Yeah.
This is a race of big people.
The 4'5" of me giggles.
The snow itself, as you kind of exit the city, you can see where the undead hordes had amassed, and the snow's kind of been trampled and turned really a strange blackish grey kind of colour. You don't know what that's from, and perhaps don't want to know either. But it is very obvious that they marched in mainly from the north, the same direction as the Oaken Grove. So as you kind of head north as well, traipsing through the snow, there are stones placed here and there that are these massive 9.5 foot tall edifices that have got carvings on them in a very ancient barbaric language, which sort of indicates brass this way, forest that way, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's not too hard to find your way there. The trail kind of breaks off and heads more in the northwesterly kind of direction as you head more north straight up. And probably about 20 or 30 minutes later, you arrive at the grove. In the center of the grove, you can see a small little fire crackling, and the smoke sort of gives away its presence long before you arrive. There is a figure who's wrapped in a kind of fur cloak sitting in front of the fire.
Would I recognize that it's the droid?
Most likely it's only the druid. It's
Okay.
not likely to be anybody else nearby. No.
Okay, we'll approach him and go. It's morning, right?
Yeah.
Go, good morning, Druid Kadar.
Ah, what brings you here, Kalasa? He says as he turns. The fur that's over him, you realize is actually a living creature because it kind of looks up. It looks as if it's perhaps an entire family of stoats, and they immediately kind of break apart and disappear into the forest,
That's cool.
leaving behind a very naked man.
That's not cool.
He seems to be quite well built for his age. He's obviously fairly old. His face and skin, though, looks more like bark than skin. It looks really kind of almost hard, you can imagine. He has no hair, but almost looks like a tree. I wondered when you would get here.
You knew we were coming?
Well, someone was bound to come. There was a giant army that walked through here 5 hours ago. I assumed someone would come asking questions. I don't know where it came from.
Show him the thing.
Felldeep.
Oh. Felldeep, you say? So, the sorceress is back up to her old ways, is she? Well, that will be interesting. I pity the poor fools are going there. She'll rip them apart. I hope he's using an entire army to invade.
What about that?
Maybe she's only interested in manly people.
No. Oh, you're thinking of the story of the Mistress of Felldeep, yes?
Yes.
Yes, that was a family-friendly version.
Oh, John.
Her goal was to basically rip apart everything that was living and reconstitute it into these misshapen things that she could then command to destroy her enemies.
Oh, so you say I take it out of storytelling genre of romance and put into horror.
Yes, something like that, I suppose. I'm not very good at storytelling. Yes,
Yes.
so I'm sorry, but I can't really help you.
I take out the orb
Oh,
thing.
pause, I'm sorry.
Come on. 5, 6, 7.
You do future telling.
I'm not one of those miserable soothsayers, if that's what you're asking. I do not see how the entrails of a lamb can tell your future. Don't insult the man.
7.
I will find you.
I drop it in the snow.
Oh! I haven't seen one of those in a while.
It says it's going to find me.
I doubt it is what will find you. I think it is whoever is controlling it will find you. Yeah, someone is probably controlling it more than anything else. That is a communication stone, unless I'm very much mistaken, which I am usually not.
Can they find us with stone?
It depends on the magic that's woven around it. But I would imagine that this would allow you to communicate directly with whoever created it.
I take a piece of like cloth, wrap it on my hand, and I pick the orb up, so I'm not touching it. Put it back in my satchel. Yeah.
I also have a question.
Is that how they were coordinating the attack on the castle?
It would seem.
I think so. There was a other druid who I don't think's a druid that had no teeth, that had one on a ring. and then he disappeared and left all his clothes. And then he reappeared and he was trying to kidnap the lady.
Yeah.
But when you tried to shoot him, there were bits of him that would move.
Should we tell him about the book? Should we tell
Yeah, it
him about
sounds
the
to
book?
me like a ghast or
We
some
should-
kind of undead type of creature. I'm not really that well versed in the necromantic ways. If you really want more, I would suggest you travel south and chat to a tiefling.
Tiefling.
I have a question. Has any of Elgin people, other people gone missing or dead or who may or may not lose fancy brooch?
I would ask the Elgin family that. I do not know their comings and goings, nor do I wish to, thank you very much.
Okay. I was wondering.
Yeah. But why did you come here to speak to me specifically?
We came to ask about Talking Stone.
No, well, there we go then.
You sure you don't do fate tellings or future tellings?
I can tell your future right now, as a matter of fact. It's about to get violent. I am not a soothsayer.
Thank you for your time, Druid. I think we should get back. Like, sort of take Balador from the coffin, like, come on!
Good day.
Okay.
These days.
Bye, hard man. Walk away.
I wonder what she means as a Stoke climbs up his leg to cover his groin. What? It's
I'm like,
cold.
oh, okay. Just like turn around, kind of start heading out. Thanks for the help.
So you're heading back to Brest?
To the ship, or do we need stuff?
Well, we have to be at the ship in an hour.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours. We've now only spent like
Oh, about an hour.
about an
Yeah.
hour. So,
It's gonna take us like half an hour to get back to town, though.
yeah. Well, I suppose we go back to town.
Alright,
Yeah.
easy enough. You
We
sort
should
of trudge
ask
back.
someone about this brooch. But I don't really want to ask any of the.
Elgin
Maybe-
family.
Maybe we don't ask about brooch, but we ask about maybe someone who went
Maybe
missing
we
or
ask, yeah,
lost
maybe
battle.
Okay.
missing family members.
Because they did try to take one Elgin family person, so maybe they take more than one.
Maybe.
We could also maybe go back to our original inn, because maybe that guy didn't look very fast. Maybe he stole it somewhere nearby.
I think
We could try to find him again.
there's not that much left of the inn. How long do you think the chief will be busy?
I do not know how long he's going to bang his wife.
Depends how high his con score is.
He's a Viking, so tomorrow.
Okay, so we can't ask him then. I suppose. Probably ask someone else. I don't know.
As you arrive at the city, again, it is still a sign of rubble clearing and fire dampening.
Do you think you made friends with some of the guys on the battlements, sort of acquaintances? You could maybe be like, hey, nice shooting, Betty, with the catapult thingy, and blah blah blah.
Maybe. You're asking me to talk to someone.
Yes, I know this is hard for you. I'm pretty sure this guy won't remember you once you're done, so you don't have to be scared.
No.
You could do it, Barador. I believe in you.
I suppose if I can find one, maybe I can ask.
So you go off looking for one of the men of the captain's guard.
Suppose I should start at the wall. Maybe they're still on guard there.
Alright. What do you do?
I think we'll go to the inn to check out maybe the guys wandering around close by or whatever. That
Okay.
dude.
Yeah.
It's just an idea.
Oh,
Anyone's got something.
would I know how many family members
Having brooches.
have the brooches?
It'll be most of the Elgin family, so you're probably looking at an extended bunch of probably about 20 or 30 people.
Choice. Okay.
I swear, if it's one of them that just went out and got like drunk and lost it in a bet, I'm gonna be pissed.
Side quest!
Side quest, extra XP.
Okay, so you're going in.
I go where Kalasa goes.
I think we're gonna follow Alfie guy here. In case he doesn't find anyone, then at least we can then just question the guards.
All right.
I turn to him and I say, look, we're not going to Devon. You're not very good by self. Maybe you come with.
Okay. Fine. I can totally handle myself if I want to, but I'm choosing to come with you. So,
You trudge towards the walls.
Muttering to my gods as I trudge towards the walls, trying to take a bead on what fate this thing remembering me is actually held in store for me. 78.
oh, not good. Your guy's like, yeah, listen, I'm not worried about your problems now. I'm gonna ignore you like everybody else.
Can I also roll to my gods? Because we're trying to find out a secret.
Oh, you need to pray.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll pray like...
In your head, you're like walking.
No,
Okay.
not that. 95.
No, absolute silence. You arrive at the walls, and the Royal Guard are there. They're busy repairing what little damage actually happened to the keep itself. There are several people that are lifting stones and carts.
Do I recognize the face that popped over the
Make
wall?
a perception check.
22.
Yeah. You see the captain who actually led the team that came to retrieve those barrels.
Okay.
He kind of is standing, telling various people, you lot do that, you do this, you do that, you do this. But otherwise, he doesn't seem particularly engaged.
Okay. I sort of wander towards him.
He does not notice you.
Surprise, surprise.
I sort of stand next to him.
Look, if I said move that there, I meant move it there, not there, alright? So, listen here.
I probably want to move it a meter to
Oh, I
the
didn't
left.
see you. God, you stuck up on me. Alright, yeah, who are you?
It'd be better if you move that a meter to the left. It will line up.
Aren't you the little man?
Yes.
Yeah, I
maybe.
thought I recognised you. You bring us milk on Tuesdays, don't you?
I nudged
Yes.
Kalasa and I'm like, I love seeing Maradol work.
Yes, I bring you milk on Tuesday.
Good. Lads appreciate it. We really do. You know, mammoth milk is just not the same as good old cow's milk from the Empire. Yeah. I do hope this little fracas is not going to interrupt supply. I mean, we are going to get more on Tuesday, right?
Sure.
Good.
I just want to... Do you know if any of the Elgin have gone missing recently? I need
the
to
ruined city.
I need to adjust the supplies.
You also supply them with milk?
Well, yes.
Why the hell would they do that? Surely they want to drink mammoth milk. Besides, to answer your question, I'm terribly sorry, but there was a little bit of a war that went on, and it was a bit of a cock-up, so they might have been smooshed by the giant skeleton thing. Although I suppose you were in your dairy, right? Yeah, probably didn't see anything. Yeah, there's been a bit of a war, he says. There's a war.
Right, but wars are pretty regular. I mean,
well, yeah.
there was that one 2 weeks ago, wasn't there?
Sure, but, you know, no one could have expected a goblin raiding party so early in the morning.
Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition.
But, sorry, so what was your question?
So you don't...
Oh, missing Elgin family, right,
Yeah.
like, today. We haven't got a body count yet.
Okay. But they're like... Okay.
Look, I would just bring you a regular supply of milk because it is important for the lads to get their lactose every Tuesday. Otherwise they start to be funny, you know. What would we dunk our biscuits in to begin with?
Lucky.
It's questions like that I don't like my men to have to face on a regular basis. I've always said, a well-milked soldier is a happy soldier.
A well-milked
This is the
anyone.
point where he realizes he's talking to thin air.
Where'd he go? God, he's tricky, that one.
Maybe there was Elgin member staying in inn and he did get smooshed. And man was just like, ooh, shiny.
Should we not find out?
How much time we got before we must get on ship?
About 2 hours.
Okay, let's go to the inn.
What, you want to go to the inn now? Now you want to follow my suggestion. Is that how it is?
Was it not amusing?
It was. I was amused, but I was also a little sad for these people that can have lactose. All these soldiers, these happy soldiers, he said, because they're happy.
You've got like a -4 on drinking milk.
Give you -4.
Alright, so you
My 40
are
seconds
heading
down.
back now towards the Sow's Tit Inn.
Yes.
Okay.
Bits that are left.
What's been so left is quite correct. You navigate fairly slowly because a lot of the streets in this particular area are not there anymore. This was where the majority of the attack happened. So a lot of the buildings have been reduced to a wall and then rubble.
Well, every now and again when I see someone that's like struggling with something, I'll like go off to like help, maybe like lift something or get someone out of the road or pull someone out of
Alright.
like rubble or whatever.
I'll help them so it goes faster.
Interesting.
And then also as we walk, I'm like, and this is where Killian set fire to a building and didn't rape a woman. And this is where we... So I'm telling her the story of what we did while she was away.
It is a strange thing as you round a corner and you see in front of you where the inn kind of was. You can make out the stables. They weren't really hit. The inn itself, the roof kind of collapsed. There was lots of fire. There appears to be some kind of almighty explosion which has blasted out some of the doors, which looks more like it came from inside than outside. And there's the head of the sow that was stuffed and that used to hang above the bar has kind of been jammed into the wall and sort of stuck out the other end. It almost looks as if it rammed itself through the remains of the wall. But as you step out, there is a parting in the clouds, because if you remember it was snowing. And as the clouds part, there is a beam of sunlight which just lances straight down and strikes a little alleyway about 30 or 40 yards away from you. And all of you see in that alleyway a humanoid figure with a cloak on that sees you lot, turns and runs.
I'm a
What do you
chaser.
do? You're chasing. What do you do?
I'm a cat. That thing ran. I'm a chase it.
I'll try tempted to shoot him, actually.
Okay, what do you do?
I'd chase after him as well.
Yeah, I go after the cat.
I start singing.
Okay, can I have initiatives from everybody, please?
Natural 20.
Nice.
Not
Initiative, eh?
Yeah.
So with my initiative, that's
Well, you just got a natural 20, so...
yes, but with my initiative, it's a 21.
I got 20 in total. Not natural, but 20.
17.
It's obviously my singing.
21 for me.
Nice.
You're running on all fours, right? Because in my head, you're running on all fours. It's like,
Okay, Nalisa, you cover that distance. It's 120, it's 90 feet. So you can run it, but you'll catch up with him. You just won't be able to make an attack against him just yet.
Okay, cool. But I also have like plus 10 to the distance I can travel because I'm a kitty meow meow.
Ah, right. So you can actually catch him and then make a basic action. What will it be?
Hello! And then I'm going to
So you race up to him and shout hello.
No, I get to him because I made it, and then I'm like, hello, and then I'm gonna try Fascinate, which is body performance and not a spell,
Okay.
which I can do.
Sure. Once.
No, I've actually got 11 body performances. Really. No, I really do.
I can really this time.
Oh, my Jesus. I don't think I do it. 8 plus... Where's Fascinate?
No.
Each can... Oh, well, no. Basically, he needs to roll a DC 16. Sorry, I don't roll for that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We're sure 16 is the right number?
It says so on my sheet. I had in printed ink.
What happens with Fascinate?
Basically, I begin to sing a really fascinating tune, and then they pay attention to me.
Like, hello, hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
No, get away from me.
And then I jump to the other side and I go, hello from the other side.
So she's like bounding between, like next to him. That's funny.
He comes to a screaming halt and just looks at you. Slightly confused. Killian, fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him.
What if he's not a bad guy?
Then he took
What
an
if he
arrow.
attacks you, man? I'm defending my partner.
Before the attack, so you're in America.
Hey, I'm Han Solo. I'm shooting first. Okay.
He's just sending him freedom.
He puts his hands up and says, "Stop shooting. I'll surrender. Then I'll be fine." 21.
That's a hit. Do your damage.
If this guy can give us information and you've smooshed him, we'll be blamed.
6 damage.
He stops, he looks at you, and this arrow just impales itself in his chest. He kind of looks down at you, down at it, looks up at you, and kind of falls over with blood spraying out of the wound.
He's still alive, right? I'm like, I think he's still
I
alive,
said
guys.
this, I'm like, Killian, what if he was good guy?
Barador, you're running. You see this arrow streak past you and embed itself
I stopped him, guys.
almost perfectly in the center.
I stopped him. Like, what a shot. Did you see that? It was amazing.
No one's impressed.
Well, that's clearly there's I can do about that. So, anybody else running or noticing this thing?
No.
Or
This area, there is so much destruction here that they have basically said, you know what, we're going to focus our repair efforts on the structures that are still standing.
Okay.
We'll come back to the main battle zone much later. So it's relatively
when it's done.
Mm.
Okay. I'm gonna just sort of keep going past to the sort of opposite end when there's a bit of an opening to this alley again, and just look around there and see if I can see anybody else behaving suspiciously, because clearly we've stopped this one.
Okay. You rush past. There is a horse standing. It has a saddle on. It's got a pack strapped to it. It's kind of loosely tied to a stake.
Okay.
It looks at you.
I'll head towards it and see if there's anything in the packs, but I suppose that's
Okay.
How far away am I from?
You can run over to them in a
Okay, I
single
run
run.
over it, and I'm like, is he alive?
Look what Killian did. I'm gonna try and can I like heal first aid without using magic?
Yeah, it's a skill.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna attempt to heal this man, and I'm gonna talk to him. Like, how badly damaged is he? Is he dying?
His face is kind of losing color. His chest is
Stop the.
Okay, I'm gonna
Probably.
bluff as well, and I'm gonna be like, "You're doing so good. Don't worry, everything will be fine."
all right.
Okay, so For bluff, that's 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then for heal, yeah, me. 13.
So the bluff, he kind of looks, he says, you think so? Is it
Yes.
Do you really think so? He kind of looks down.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Isn't the arrow 30 centimetres long?
No.
I can only see 10 centimetres of it sticking out the front. Are you sure I'll be fine?
No, look, you're a man. You don't know size. It's fine.
All right, okay.
It always seems larger
Almost
than
like-
it is.
I'm also gonna run over like as soon as I can to try and help.
Okay, you run over.
I don't want to kill him. I just want to stop
You
him.
basically can stabilize him to a degree,
Okay.
but he needs either some kind of healing potion or he needs a proper cleric or something. He's not going to last long.
Oh God.
Okay.
He sees you coming running over. Look, I'm really sorry I tried to steal from you, right? But I didn't expect.
Is this the same guy from before?
It's exactly the same thief from the very first.
Didn't you rough this thief up?
I broke his nose. And now he shows up again.
Oh, I say, it's the same guy, Colossus. This is the man I told you about on the way here. Man,
I also want to try and help,
Killian
like-
was
Kind of.
mean
He's
to.
bleeding. She's stopped it a little bit, but he needs some kind of intervention.
Balls. Where's that dude with the fire cloak?
Boxman.
This is Barador. Please like, comment, and subscribe so our GM doesn't kill us. Because we like doing this and we don't want to die.